Cultural relevance is a key factor to consider when investing in LEGO because it boosts demand. Everyone knows that during Q4 there's a large increase in demand for LEGO sets, but if you can have multiple increases in demand for a set, that's going to eat up supply much faster and the price will rise much faster in a bubble. You know, that's just one factor. There's other things to consider, but if you're looking at this one aspect, it increases demand, which will in turn decrease supply. Some examples of this are just typical seasonal demand, Halloween, Christmas, Easter, world events, either positive or negative. But one of the biggest drivers of cultural relevance, especially for LEGO sets, is TV shows and movies. For this video, I went through the whole retirement list and searched around to find any TV shows or movies that are coming out next year or the year after that will boost the set's cultural relevance in retirement. While there are movies and TV shows coming out past 2027 that could increase cultural relevance for these sets, I like to hold no longer than a year and a half after retirement, so I'm just focusing on next year and the year after, 2026 and 2027. Some movies or TV shows in production right now don't have release dates, so it is possible some of those will get announced to be coming out in the next 2 years, but we just don't know those dates yet. And as I go over each movie and TV show, I'll also throw out a couple sets that I think could see an increase in demand. I'll start out with the Star Wars theme. The first movie we have coming out is the Mandalorian and Grogu movie on May 22nd, 2026. This is going to have implications for a lot of sets. LEGO's made a lot of Mandalorian sets, but specifically for sets retiring this year, we have the Razor Crest 75331. You know that got destroyed in season 1 of The Mandalorian, but there's rumors that the Razor Crest, or something that looks very similar to the Razor Crest, is coming back for this movie, so I think that could definitely see a boost. Then we also have the Paz Vizsla Moff Gideon battle. Not super high on that set. It's been discounted quite a bit, but I threw it in here. Next, we know Ahsoka Season 2 is coming out in 2026. We don't have an exact date or month, but that will be on Disney+. A few sets that are retiring this year that could be impacted are Ghost and Phantom 2, set number 75357, Amazon exclusive, lots of minifigure value, a lower supply set, that's one to watch. Ahsoka Tano's T6 Jedi Shuttle 75362. This one's been heavily discounted and clearanced. While it has sold a lot of units on Amazon, it's because it's been discounted so much, so I'm not super high on that set. Ahsoka Tano's Duel on Peridea 75385. Also a clearance set that I am not high on. A show that I haven't seen a lot of talk about is Maul Shadow Lord. This is a Darth Maul themed TV show, animated. It's coming out in 2026. We don't know when, and that'll be on Disney+. But an obvious set that could be impacted is Darth Maul Sith Infiltrator 75385, Walmart exclusive. I'm a very big fan of that set for this year. And then jumping ahead to 2027, on May 28th, we have the Starfighter movie, obviously talking about Luke Skywalker. One set that I wanted to highlight here is the Luke Skywalker X-Wing mech, but I likely will want to have sold this set before 2027 because I think the prices I'll be buying them at, I should be able to double my money before 2027, and I won't need that boost in cultural relevance to sell the set because it has continued collectability and so on. Moving on to Disney, we have another Moana movie coming out next year. It's a live action version coming out June 10th, 2026. A direct set that I think will be interesting to watch is Moana's Flower Pot 43252, Target exclusive, very low supply. I definitely like that set. Next is Frozen 3. This one is quite a ways away, November 24th, 2027. As far as sets, like there are a million Frozen sets you could talk about, and this is quite a ways away. I'm not looking to hold any sets to this point that retired in 2025, so for me, maybe this will be something I'll pay more attention to next year, but I wanted to note it because it's coming out in 2027. And then an interesting one, Hocus Pocus 3 has been confirmed, but no release date. So if this comes out in the near future, the Disney Hocus Pocus Sanderson Sisters Cottage 21341, definitely a direct impact there. You know, we're going to see increased demand for this set over Halloween, and likely Hocus Pocus 3 would also come out during Halloween, so we're not getting two separate instances of increased demand, but maybe one larger spike in demand. For Marvel, we have Spider-Man Brand New Day. Been looking forward to this movie. I'm personally excited about it. Coming out July 31st, 2026. There are a ton of Spider-Man sets, and I listed out quite a few here. Obviously, Spider-Man's mask 76285 has a direct correlation there. There are a lot of reasons to like that set for investing this year. The Daily Bugle, 76178. Definitely possible to see a boost in demand there. 76298, Iron Spider-Man construction figure. And 40670, the Iron Spider-Man brickheads. Like I said, plenty more sets that could be impacted here, but those are just a few I wanted to highlight. We're finally getting another Avengers movie, Avengers Doomsday, coming out December 18th, 2026. We don't know the full details about this set, but it should have a lot of references to past Avengers movies and a lot of characters that have shown up in recent previous Marvel movies and Avenger movies. Last year I was really high on Harry Potter because of how down people were on it for investing, and there was a lot of potential there because there was still high demand but the supply was lower. I think Marvel has a good chance of being this year's Harry Potter from last year. There's a lot of opportunity with Marvel sets retiring this year. Next up, Spidey and His Amazing Friends Season 5 is expected to come out in 2026. A lot of people probably aren't paying attention to that, but it's a kids show, and there are several Lego sets that have come out over the years, and some of them have done quite well. 3 of those sets retiring this year are Spider-Man's car and Doc Ock, 10789. Team Spidey Web Spinner Headquarters 10794, and a set that I really like, Team Spidey Dino Crawler Rescue 11199. Check out the minifigure and dino value on that set. Next, X-Men 97 Season 2 should be coming out in 2026. The 2 sets we got for that show were the Wolverines Adamantium Claws that retired last year, and then the set retiring this year is the X-Men X-Jet 76281. Set has been discounted very significantly a few times, and there's a lot of supply on the secondary market, so I'm not sure if this second season will save it. It definitely won't hurt it, but we'll see how that performs. Jumping into 2027, Beyond the Spider-Verse is finally, allegedly, supposed to be coming out June 25th, 2027. We've been waiting for this movie for a few years now. So anything Miles Morales related is going to be impacted here. And so the one set retiring this year, we have the Venom Mech Armor versus Miles Morales, 76276. All right, we had a lot of Marvel movies. The last one I'll talk about is Avengers Secret Wars, coming out December 17th, 2027. So quite a ways out. Same comments as the last Avengers movie I talked about. And again, I'll note this isn't all Marvel movies that are coming out. These are all the Marvel movies coming out that could impact retiring Lego sets this year. Moving along to Mario, we do have a second Super Mario Brothers movie coming out April 3rd, 2026. I feel like people aren't really paying attention to that, but there's definitely potential there for a few of these Super Mario sets that are retiring. For Sonic, we're getting a 4th Sonic the Hedgehog movie coming out March 19th, 2027. So when you think about that, it sounds like it's really far away, but at the end of 2025, that's only going to be a year and 3 months out. So it's really not that far away. So pretty much all Sonic sets, just keep in mind when you're analyzing them for investing that there will be a bump a little bit after Q4 in 2027. For Harry Potter, I think most people should know that there is a Harry Potter show coming out on HBO. It's currently rumored now for 2027. I think at some point we were thinking it might have been 2026, but we'll be in 2027, hopefully early 2027. So all Harry Potter sets are going to be interesting to watch. It will be interesting to see if LEGO makes some sets specifically based off this TV show. This movie you cannot be overlooking. I haven't been hearing any chatter about it, but Minions 3 coming out July 1st, 2026. All the Despicable Me sets that are retiring this year, you have to be keeping an eye on. I haven't been seeing any discussion around them at all, but I think they are definitely worth watching. Almost all of them have very low supply, solid demand, and we all know that Minions are very popular. For DC, there's not quite as many movies as Marvel. This is an interesting one. We have Supergirl coming out in June 26, 2026. I know we just had the Superman movie come out very recently, but the Superman mech versus Lex Luthor 76302, I think it definitely will see a boost in demand because of the Supergirl movie. And then another movie that's been pushed out, The Batman Part 2, coming out October 1st, 2027. So it's a bit of ways out there. So all Batman sets are, could see a little increase in demand, some more than others. And the last franchise, One Piece, definitely going to be worth watching. Both of the Brickhead sets that came out or coming out this year are only going to have a 4-month shelf life and retire at the end of this year. At least that's what BrickTap is saying right now. This next season is coming out in 2026, and we have all the other One Piece sets continuing on into next year. I think it is a very good situation shaping up for those two Brickhead sets. Alright, those are all of the movies and TV shows coming out in the next 2 years that I could find that will be impacting, potentially, the sets retiring this year. And again, cultural relevance does not mean a set's all of a sudden going to be a good investment. It's just one aspect you need to consider when considering a set for investment. If I missed any movies or TV shows coming out that you think are going to impact a set retiring this year, I definitely love to hear those in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you could drop a like below and subscribe to my channel for more LEGO investing content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. As always, my videos are not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm only sharing my journey as a LEGO investor, and I encourage you to do your own research before buying any LEGO sets.